What it do, love bugs? It's your favorite queen of hearts, Lady L to the IPS. Yes, aka Lady V. And I am coming to you with another merry-go-round of Sentimentally Speaking. I think this is season 5 for us. Yeah, if I'm counting, I started this back in 2020, I think I launched, maybe 2021. I don't know. I'm sorry, the years are going by so fast. But allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is O, L to the Izzy. So I'm a rapper in my spare time. But yeah, welcome. So Sentimentally Speaking is really an open, opinionated platform for me to talk about all things love, sex, life, death, and relationships. And I added death in there because I did a thing. I started a business, an LLC, in which I want to bring information, knowledge, awareness, and advocate for people to do the hard things, have the hard discussions about end of life stuff. I feel like we're not doing that enough. And Honey Hearted Endeavors is a business that I started in honor of my grandmother. We called her Graham, but she was affectionately known as Honey to other people. And she was literally the sweetest, the kindest, the most welcoming, hospitable person I've ever met. And she always operated with kindness. She had a lot of compassion in her heart, and she raised all of her children, her grandchildren, to operate in that same way. And I just felt like Honey Hearted Endeavors is an umbrella organization that will allow me to do multiple things under there that is of service to other people ultimately. And I'll be launching my first service coming soon, and I'll let you guys know what that is. But that's new for me under my belt. So I'll use this platform to talk about death, which is what I included in the topics, and get some interviews in there, because unless you feel like you're gonna be here forever, that's our only guarantee in life. That's our only guarantee in life. It used to be, people told you to stay black and die. But yeah, no, now you could be transracial. You could change your gender apparently, but you cannot change whether or not you live or die. So that's something I just want to have more talks about, hold discussions, talk about the different documents that we need to have in place for end of life. So yeah, it's new. I want to say it's exciting, but it's not. It's almost new and nerve-wracking for me because it's territory that has been uncharted. I haven't walked this path yet, and I never enjoyed the business aspect of the stuff that I do, even with writing books and doing custom poems and doing invitations. This, I'm literally getting my feet wet in the LLC world. So I'm going to congratulate myself on stepping out of my comfort zone and doing something different. With that said, y'all, I have my cue cards in front of me because I did ask maybe like last month for people to submit questions. And yeah, I was on some very Dear Viola type of thing. That was different. I was expecting just like a traditional Q&A, but if y'all feel like I'm a relationship expert, I appreciate that. I'm not. So I'll do my best to answer some of these questions that are more love and relationship centered and like what would you do kind of style. But I'm figuring it out myself, y'all. I'm figuring it out myself. But I appreciate that y'all trust me enough to ask me these questions. And I'll try not to steer you wrong. With that said, we're going to move on to the first one. I met a guy online. He's been to my house. He shows me a picture of his kids, but he will not let me know where he lives, nor have I been to his house. Should I be concerned? Now, I'm gonna just call you Jay because I'm gonna be a little closed lips about the names because I feel like I'm just honoring people's privacy. This is their lives, so I don't wanna put their business out there. But Jay, yes, I will be concerned, absolutely. Red flags all over, because why can't you share your space with me? You've been to mine. So either you got a girlfriend, you got a wife, and if you're posing as single, why can't I come to your house if you've been to mine? Something is definitely fishy with that. Now, I feel like if it was a legitimate reason, like maybe they still live at home with parents, maybe they have roommates and they just don't want to open their space up. They feel like your place is better suited for whatever it is you guys do, and they don't want to entertain that thought. That's different. I hope that they're communicating that. If they're not communicating that, then I most certainly would be concerned, because like, why are you keeping me from knowing where you live? I can't even drop you off or pick you up. I can't send you a care package. Like, why? So I'm a why person. I ask a lot of questions. I once asked somebody, like, do I ask a lot of questions? And they was like, you don't need me for that. So now when somebody asks me something and they should know the answer to it, I'm like, you don't need me for that. I don't think you need me for this. I think your concern is on point. It's valid. And look into it. If you want to give me his name, I'll look into it for you. I'll find out. We will find out, because I can find out some stuff, okay? Sorry you're going through that, Jay, but you can call me anytime and we could talk about it. Second question. I felt like this person was coming for me. I see you, girl. But they said, why do you talk about sex so much? Do you have a lot of it, or do you need some? And at first I was like, who the fuck is you? Like, to be questioning me about what I do. But I do talk about sex a lot. On Instagram, I share a lot of sexual stuff. I am not afraid to broach the topic. I think sex is normal. I think it's a part of our life. And I don't think any of us should be afraid to talk about it. I talk about it because it's liberating. It's free. Do I have a lot of it? Absolutely not. I need more of it. I need more. And that's one thing I miss about being in an exclusive relationship. People, like, yeah, no, I don't trust the cleanliness of what's being presented out here. So I'd rather refrain. Than to put myself at risk. But why don't you talk a lot about sex? What are you hiding? What are you hiding? Come into the light, Carol Ann. Come into the light. We outside, okay? We are outside. The world is our turf. Let us call whatever plays we want. And if you don't talk about it more, I'm concerned. So join me in these streets, baby. All right, anyway, moving right along. I've been dating someone with no expectations of exclusivity. We started off that way, and that's fine. But as a woman, I've caught feelings, and he wants to take it slow. What's your advice for me? I think it's okay for you to catch feelings, and I think it's okay to take it slow. Both can be true. Are you saying that you want more? I'm gathering that you want more and he doesn't, and then that's where I think the conflict will come in. Talk about it. Have communication. What's stopping them from wanting more? And what's stopping you from going at the pace that you guys agreed to? I think it's natural, right? The more you're involved with someone, is that you're going to want that love. You're going to want that exclusivity. You're going to want them all to yourself. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I support you progressing in that sense, because when you first met them, you probably wasn't looking for what you were looking for now. You didn't know what you didn't know until you experienced it. And I just think men tend to be a lot less emotional than we are, so they can play the long game in that sense. But have that talk. I know for me, I give deadlines. How long can I do this insofar that I'm comfortable with my decision and with the process? And I have deadlines. I'm sorry. So if I reach my deadline and nothing has changed, then it's almost like you're fork in the road. You make your decision. I hope that helps. But do what's comfortable for you. Do what's comfortable for you. Okay? Someone has been in a relationship for 5 years. They want to get married, but he doesn't. She doesn't have kids. He has kids. And she's not sure if she wants them. And she also thinks that her desire to not have kids is playing a part in whether or not he wants to marry her. You ask. If he's saying, no, I got enough kids, I don't need you to have kids to get married, I just don't want to be married, has that person been married before? Maybe they were married and just don't have a desire. I'm finding that more and more men who have been married and have gotten divorced, they have zero desire to get married again. Women are open to marriage, but they're not like chomping at the bit to do it. I think it depends on where we are in our life. How old are we, right? What was our previous relationship like? Did it leave a salty taste in our mouth? You know, did we lose somebody to death and it's making it a lot harder for us to overcome that grief and move on and build something with somebody else? Are we still holding on to our love for our ex, and that's stopping us from moving forward and building with somebody else? So there's so many factors. I don't think I can get into it just on this Q&A, and I don't think I have enough details, but if you want to talk further, we can. But there's relationship counselors out there. I will hope that your significant other would be totally open to relationship counseling. I know that's like taboo to say, but I'm all for it. I love all forms of therapy. So try it, talk through it. It might be underlying things there that they're not expressing that could really be preventing them from moving to the next step that you want. So good luck. I wish you the best. Mwah. Okay. So this next person, hey, Chrissy, she said, you seem to go out and travel a lot. How are you affording it, and what's tea? Work, save, travel, repeat. Work, save, travel, repeat. How do I afford it? That's a good point. I do work. I work full time. I'm a budgeter. I'm frugal. Sometimes I could be frivolous, but I live a frugal lifestyle for the most part. I feel like this is getting dark. I want to bring that on a little bit. I feel like I live a frugal lifestyle, and I just want to try to get that better. But I don't think it really doesn't impact my lifestyle in terms of my ability to travel. Yeah, I'm gonna say that plays a part, y'all. It really does come down to budgeting. Like, I don't smoke weed. A 750 milliliter of wine or alcohol could literally last me a week or weeks, depending on, you know, what I'm drinking. Wine will probably last 2 weeks. A bottle of liquor could last me 3 weeks. So I'm not spending money on that. I only shop on clearance racks. Like, when I travel, I like to travel on a budget. I love a beach, so I don't really need to go across the country to get it. I stay on the East Coast, do a lot of Caribbean trips, all inclusive. Once I pay that price, once I know I have my lodging, my airfare, my meals, my beverages, and all that is included, what else do I need to spend money on? So I literally could spend like $1,200, $1,500, and be somewhere for like 4 days and have a grand old time. And I can do that, right? Because if we get paid, let's say you get paid every 2 weeks or even once a week, when you look at the calendar, there's going to be probably like 3 or 4 months out the year where you get an extra check. So what are you doing with that money? If you don't have debt, you literally could save it, or you could spend it and do what you want to do. So it comes down to having good financial sense and allocating your funds where you want them to go. Okay? I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I'm not like a super sneakerhead. I don't have expensive taste. Like, I really ball on a budget. I ball on a budget, and that's how I do it, because I spend my money where I want it to go. I like listening. Oh, sorry. Moving on to the next question. In 3, 2, 1. I like listening to your interviews. I would like to be on your show, but I'm nervous and shy. Girl, you ain't nervous and shy. And you haven't asked. Why is that? So I do invite people that I think is going to be great for conversation. Is there a topic that you're passionate about, knowledgeable about, or something within your profession? Because I do like to give information that people could find useful, and things that people could look back on. I look at Sentimentally Speaking as my legacy. Like, long after I'm gone, my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, perhaps, if YouTube is still around, friends, family, they could tap in and they could still get a dose of me. Mwah. They could still get a dose of me, and this is like my footprint. I was here on earth. So when I have conversations, I would like for them to be able to tap into some of them and hopefully learn something. So this is also enlightenment. It's also to educate, not just for entertainment. But if you want to come on this, I would love to have a talk with you. Let me tell you something. I've asked people to join me on my show. I've done recordings, and I always let people listen to it first. Like, you listen to it, tell me if you're comfortable with it coming out there, because I'm cool with what I say. I'm going to throw it out there. But I give them that courtesy. And I've had people like, I don't like it. Please don't release it. And I don't release it. And I had people who was like, oh no, I'm not into the interview, so I flipped it this season. I got some new faces on here, and now I had them interview me, right? Because I feel like if people feel like they're not on a hot seat being asked questions, they're okay engaging in conversation, even if they know that it's open to the world to see. So I allowed myself to be interviewed by people that I wanted to share this platform with. And that approach has worked. And I respect their desire to not feel like that I'm pitching the ball to them, and they're actually doing the pitching. So that works. But if you want to be on the show, I would love to have you. I want you comfortable though. You know, it's okay to be shy, but I think you got to be comfortable, because it'll come across weird on the screen if you're not. So I would love to have you, and thank you for being interested. Okay. Couple more questions, then we gotta go, because I got things to do. You seem so down to earth and friendly. I'm struggling meeting new people due to trust issues. Any advice? I got trust issues too, girl. I meet people, but that don't mean it's sustainable. You know what I'm saying? I'm outgoing, you know. I'm definitely friendly in the sense that I'm approachable. But I gauge people too. I have trust issues, and I don't think people have a lot of good intentions. And remember, I talked about time frames before. Like, if somebody be like, oh girl, we gotta get up, or girl, let's hang out, I take that shit literally. Like, you can't say stuff to me like that and don't follow through, because I'm gonna follow through. I'm gonna follow through just to prove something to me, just to prove to me that I did what I felt was necessary to try to foster that relationship, and I'm gonna let you fumble it every time. So if you say, girl, we wanna hang out, I'm gonna hit you up. Hey girl, you want to hang out? What's good? And if you make dates and plans and don't stick to them, I'm not gonna be interested, to be honest. I'm just gonna ignore any efforts or any statements that fall along those lines, because you already showed me that you're not a person of your word, and I don't like that. So if you tell me you're gonna do something, you gotta do it, because I'm holding you to it. Because one thing I do is I do what I say I'm gonna do, or I don't fucking say it. All right. So for you, I would say just open yourself up a little bit. Be genuine. If you're not feeling the vibe, then don't do it. You know what I'm saying? But if somebody wants to get to know you, you can interact with people without, like, you can be friendly without oversharing. You could still be private and show up in public. Like, there's a saying, but I can't think of it right now. And maybe we should talk more about where your trust is stemming from, and why do you feel like you need trust in order to meet people or hang out. I mean, you don't have to invite them to your house. You don't have to give them your number. Just like, hit me up on Insta. Let's have a message exchange and meet up that way. Like, I feel like I really do a good job of balancing my privacy with still being open and honest, if that makes sense. But best of luck to you. You're a good person from what I can see, and I think things will go well. I appreciate you, dear. And then last, of all your friends, who's your favorite / bestie and why? So I do have quite a few friends, and those who follow me on Instagram, they see that I post my friends from time to time. And I have this saying, I don't know if it existed before I came up with it, but it's a saying that says, who needs a best friend when they have friends who are the best? And I really do have amazing friends. And I think my friends are amazing for different reasons. Like, I got one friend that That's my diary. I'm going to say stuff too because I trust that when I tell her stuff, she's not going to share it. I got a friend that's super freaking reliable, that if she says she's going to be somewhere, I could trust that she's going to show up on time. I could trust that she's going to come through. She's going to help. She's just ready to roll her sleeves up and go. I got a friend that has never missed a beat. Has never missed a beat. I don't care what I had from the day we met, whether it was a birthday party, whether it was a baby shower, whether it was a get together. She is just always there. So I love my friends for different reasons. I have a friend that I could call right now and be like, yo, I need you to go to my house, pick up this package and drop it off to USPS for me Monday, you know, so I can get it by a certain day. And she will do that. You can't rely on everybody to be there for you in time of need, but I know I got that friend that'll do that at the drop of a dime, and I don't take any of them for granted, but I learned how to be a great friend from my friends. So I feel like it takes a good friend to be a friend. I don't know what my friends see in me. I'll have to ask them. Maybe I'll do a segment on what they see in me that allows them to keep showing up for me the way they do. And when I say I have friends that have withstood the test of time, and I'm sure I'm not the most pleasant person all the time. Like, I got friends from elementary school. Amber, Sean, shout out to y'all. My little wire showing. I have friends from college. Shay, I love you, girl. You know it's to the death. I hope I'll be the okay. And I have friends that I met in adulthood. Wody was good. Met her at work at the age of 20. We're still friends, and I'm 44 now. And I met friends from work, and I usually, well, actually my friend from work, Katie, I met her through my friend Wody Nicole, and yeah, they just have been there. And then I usually don't get too close to like my family members' girlfriends, but I could say my homegirl Stoney, like, she has shown up time and time again and proven to be, a good friend. And I fucks with her on that level. So I have friends for different reasons. I'd be concerned when people my age be like, oh, my one best friend, we've been friends for a few years. And I'm like, a few years? And they're your best friend? Not saying that people can't show up late in life and be amazing, but, I'm so blessed. I'm so honored. And special shout out to my girl Melody. Like, she's the friend I didn't know I needed. And she's been around since elementary school and have resurfaced on a closer level recently. And I really appreciate her. And then I have family that are like my friends, and I appreciate them and love them all the same. So don't holler no new friends. And I try not to be so quick to dismiss old friends. I do know sometimes we got to be out with the old and with the new, because people don't move the way we would want them to move, and it's disappointing. But I try to show up as me authentically every day, and I hope that others do too. And when they don't, I'm okay. I'm okay with cutting the cord. I'm really good at goodbyes, and not because I want to, but because I have to protect me. So with that said, that concludes my opening segment. I hope you guys enjoy what I have coming up. I thank you for your time. If anybody out there wants to be a part of Sentimentally Speaking in any way, shape, or form, I would love to have you. I would love to have a conversation. I love to talk, and I love to ask questions. I don't need y'all for that. So if you or somebody just wants to sit down and have a talk, maybe it's a topic that they want to get off their chest, come through. I don't discriminate. We can have the talk, all right? So as always, thank y'all for joining me for this. Y'all could be anywhere in the social media world, but y'all here with y'all girl, Lady Lips, and I appreciate y'all. And I hope to see y'all visiting and commenting and sharing and liking and subscribing in the future. With love. Ciao.